Here's an interesting one as we head towards the news for 6. How can schools improve the way that they communicate with parents? Well, two friends from Surrey, Karen Dempster and Justin Robbins, decided that their own children's schools weren't sharing information with parents in the best way. So they decided to do some research, talk to other parents, and then write a book about their experiences, all aimed at school leaders, to tell them how to communicate better. Well, Karen says in her case, too many emails from school meant that important events got missed.
Particularly as working parents, the issue is even greater because you're not at the school gates. You can't pick up those sort of little nuggets of information like they're supposed to be dressed in a particular way, which can be slightly embarrassing at times. And actually it can be quite an emotional thing. If you don't turn up for certain events as a working parent, there's an element of guilt as well.
Well, Karen and Justin are now sharing their experience with various other schools around the southeast, including the Beacon School in Banstead. Earlier, I caught up with their principal, Russell Bennett, and he explained how they've managed to help improve the flow of information reaching home to parents.
Well, clearly one of the things that we want to do is make sure that we communicate as effectively with parents as we possibly can. And we believe very firmly at the school that communication with parents is vital to making sure that our students do as well as they possibly can. And a while back we were looking about the ways in which we gathered information and ways in which we could find out more about how effectively we were communicating with parents around key issues. Clearly schools have a lot to communicate with parents, a lot of messages, and it's a very broad audience. So we wanted to make sure that we were making the best job of it. And in fact, it was our Chair of Governors initially who made contact with the two people that we've done some work with, Karen and Justin, and it really started from there.
Can it be quite difficult, though, to receive what I hope is constructive criticism, but perhaps criticism nonetheless?
I think what's important is to make sure that the feedback that we get is balanced, and that we both look at, and this is something we've learned through this process, that we look at what we do already, and if you like, do more of that. We see what's working, but at the same time we accept that we can do things better. And I think that's what we've been looking at here. We know that we can make further improvements, and we accept that. And yes, it can be difficult at times, but I think if you're going to be focused on how you can do things more effectively, you do have to take it in your stride.
OK, Russell, let's kind of break this down. In terms of how the process has worked at the Beacon School, talk us through how you receive the feedback from the parents and how you implement that, how you process the information to make a change for the better.
Sure. Well, we use various communication methodologies. These have included surveys, parent forums, i.e. bringing some parents in as part of a focus group, and taking feedback through those methods, and then looking at what's been said. And, I mean, two concrete examples that I could give of ways in which we've improved or developed things have been, one of the pieces of feedback that came back from discussion with parents was that it was difficult or not always easy to find things on our website. There's a lot of information on there, and so we have launched a new website. We've listened to what parents have said, and we believe that it's much easier to find information that parents want and need now. And in fact, it looks better too. So we're able both to give them information, but also to promote some of the things that we do well. Second example would be making sure that we gave information to parents that was specific to particular year groups, for example, i.e. something specific for Year 11. We've increased the number of face-to-face events that we have. So we have parent forums which focus on things like preparation for exams or changes in curriculum or assessment.
So has this kind of brought the whole school community closer together as a result?
I think it has, and I think there's more work to do. I think there's always more work to do, but I mean, it's been a good exercise, a good process for us to go through, even just thinking about the ways in which we can improve. I mean, we've recently had an Ofsted inspection, in fact, which was published today, and we're very pleased with the outcomes of that inspection, which recognises a lot of the good work that we've been doing. And I think it's important to make sure that we communicate those positives as well. And I think that building of trust has been very important, yes, absolutely.
There you go, that's Russell Bennett, the principal of the Beacon School in Banstead, one of a number of schools now, as we're working side by side with parents Karen Dempster and Justin